button. There's a stretch. There's a stretch. Here we go. We're back for episode 20 of Simply Terrifying. I cannot believe we made it through a full 4 weeks. It is so fucking unbelievable. I'm so excited. Seriously. It's something that gets old, but it doesn't get old because I keep coming back. It's been a month. This has marked, well, almost, 4 weeks is, okay. You get it. So, since this is the last day in January that will actually be here, we're going to do like this January wrap-up kind of deal. Let's go over all the magical things that happened this last month. Yep. First off, we started a podcast and a YouTube channel simultaneously, okay? Simultaneously, which not everyone can do. A lot of people say they want to, but they don't actually follow through. And we have shown up here every day, 5 days a week, 4 weeks in a row. That is something that January definitely has that December did not. Now, will February have it? Yes, come on. We'll definitely keep it up, obviously. My camera almost fell over. Let's not do that again. Everyone calm down. We're good. By the way, it's still cold as shit in January. We've hit some, I don't know if they've been record lows. I'm going to say pretty fucking close. We've had some big winter storm warning that turned out to be kind of disappointing. Let's be honest. For all the people that ran out and scooped up their barrels of bread and milk, though, hopefully they are sitting pretty still. So, it's been a few days, but hey, we didn't get blasted. At least my area didn't get blasted like they said that, they were going to. So anyway, instead of looking back just on this January, because I don't know, I'm trying to avoid political shit or the fraud shit, the Minneapolis shit, I'm trying to avoid the piles of shit that January was. You know what I mean? So I don't really want to talk about political stuff and sports stuff. I know there's soccer things that went on. I don't know. Let's see, on January 10th, Jupiter reached something, opposition, as its biggest and brightest for the entire year. So if you missed that, so did I. So, we'll catch it next time, right? We'll catch it next time. What else we got? Let's see. NASA stuff, not interested. We had ice, garbage. I'm not even going there. We're not even going there. Nope. Refuse. So let's take a trip back in historical January times. How about that? Let's see. Abraham Lincoln signs Emancipation Proclamation. Did I say that right? Yes. Emancipation Proclamation. That's one of those things that just don't seem right when they're written together, but hey, that's how it is. That was January 1st, 1863. Were you there? Me either. Maybe next time. The euro debuts as currency in 11 nations, and that was January 1st, 1999. I feel like that's a little late in the game, but hey. But hey, Joan of Arc is born. I feel like that should be in a birthday thing, but hey, that was January 6th, 1412. Let's see. Scientist and inventor Nikola Tesla dies. That was January 7th, 1943. So sad. Steve Jobs debuts iPhone. Do you know when that was, all you iPhone fuckers? It was January 9th, 2007. Not that old. I mean, it is. It is. Yeah, okay, it is. Let's see. Elizabeth I is crowned. That was January 15th, 1559. Barack Obama becomes first African-American president of the United States. That was January 20th, 2009. That's already been a hell of a long time ago already. God, I'm old. Queen Victoria dies January 22nd, 1901. Winston Churchill dies January 24th, 1965. Al Capone dies January 25th, 1947. I mean, we're getting into a little bit of a depressing theme here, but okay. Let's see. The liberation of Auschwitz, where 1.5 million people died. That liberation took place January 27th, 1945. If any of these dates are wrong, You can blame Google. Okay. But anyway, we're going to pick back up anyway. Space Shuttle Challenger explodes, killing 7 astronauts. It was January 28th, 1986. Not all horrible things happened on that day because that was the day my husband was brought into this world. So, for every horrible thing, there's got to be a little bit of good. That's just the universal balance, right? I don't know. Let's see. Hitler becomes Chancellor of Germany. That was January 30th, 1933. Gandhi was assassinated, shot and killed by a Hindu extremist. That was January 30th, 1948. And the first case of COVID hit UK January 30th, 2020. What a magical time that was. How did you spend your January in 2020? Were we locked in at that point? We were, right? When did toilet paper start, like, really disappearing? That was like... I don't know. That was like... Oh, that's fucking terrible. Terrible. Oh, God. Horrible times. You know, it's really weird. I remember sitting with my grandpa or something, right? And us talking about these crazy things that happened in his time. Back in my day, I never thought I'd say shit like that. And I know that I've said that on here before, but I'm saying it again because it's still, it like hurts my teeth to say back in my day. But think of all the crazy things, like us here today, living now, all the things we've lived through or experienced in just the last 30 years, for fuck's sake. If you've been alive for 30 years, you've seen some shit. Okay? Even if you've been alive for 25 years, you've seen some shit. We got, you know, Twin Towers going. We've got fucking like just there's just so I never thought I was gonna go through, much less carry a child through a global pandemic. You know what I mean? That was its own fucking wretched nightmare, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but my kids have gone through that already. They saw all kinds of different, like, monumental things. Like, you pick up a history book and you flip back and yeah, you got your, you know, your obvious horrible things. But even going back to, like, say, dinosaur times, you're like, oh shit, like, that was real, that was scary, blah, 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 blah. Now imagine 50 years from now, people, if books even fucking exist anymore, right? If people touch the implants in their forehead and are shown, you know, versions of history at that point of, like, now, or 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, it's gonna be fucking nuts to them like dinosaurs was to us. Like, it's gonna be unreal. And yet, reality. One of those weird things. Let's flip into some, you know, famous January birthdays, because I love doing that, right? My husband also shares a birthday with someone very special. We'll get there. We're gonna start early on. Let's see. January 8th, David Bowie and Elvis Presley. That's an impressive day. Let's see. January 11th, Alexander Hamilton. January 13th, Orlando Bloom. And also, my mother, born on Friday the 13th. We've been over that too. But yeah. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. January 15th, Martin Luther King Jr. Let's see. January 17th, Muhammad Ali. January 19th, Dolly Parton. January 28th, my hubby, and Elijah Wood. There's nothing wrong with him, okay? There's nothing wrong with him. It's just something about sharing a birthday with Frodo my husband just doesn't appreciate. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Now myself, let me think. Before I get it wrong, let's just see. I share my birthday with some pretty, you know, known characters. Oops. Let me finish the thought before I hit enter. Jeez. Holy moly. Famous birthday. Jesus Christ. It's been a week, everybody. It's been a week. So my birthday isn't in January, but we're going to break the rules because this is my show and I can do that. So if it just thinks about it, hurry the fuck up. Oh, technology is so great until it's not. It's just like a wicked pause in my day. Let's go. All right, backup mode. 1 second. 1 second. Famous March. Oh, I wasn't going to say it out loud. Famous March 31st birthdays. That's my day. That's my day. So let's see. Who do we have here? Some people you'd know. Ewan McGregor. That's one of the ones. Christopher Walken. That's like my spirit animal. So I feel like when I say things like that, he kind of feels a little shafted because he's got Frodo. So, any other notable ones? Rhea Perlman. I mean, there are a lot of people. Shirley Jones. Richard Chamberlain. Yeah. I mean, there's... You get it. I've already listed my favorite ones. So, yeah, there's several. No, I don't have a Frodo, but anyway. Now let's see. January 29th, the very next day, Oprah Winfrey. January 31st, Justin Timberlake. So I guess that comes up this weekend. So I'm sure that'll pop across on one timeline or another. All these people posting. So, what else happened in January? Think about it. We got out of the holiday season unscathed, I'd say, for myself, which was great. New Year's was a little bit, it's because last year was so crazy. I feel like the switch from 25 to 26 almost didn't feel like a normal New Year's. You know what I mean? Like, it was almost like, okay, I'm almost scared to celebrate because this year kind of put me through a little bit of a ringer. And I feel like when the new year starts, a lot of times we get a little apprehensive because we don't know what the future holds, right? We just know what we've been through. And I know that for myself and a lot of other people, 2025 fucking kicked us right in the crotch a lot of the time. And who likes that? Nobody. Nobody likes that. That's not a fun game to play. That's not a fun feeling to have. It's just not good, right? So now that January's almost over, I'd say the biggest feat for me was definitely setting a goal and starting it, okay? Starting it, seeing it through, treating it like a job, and never giving up. You know, just never not showing up, which is a huge, huge thing. Now, there are 12 months in a year, and just because we got through one pretty harmlessly doesn't mean that the next one or the next one or the next three are going to be just as kind or easy. This is kind of like the coast mode through the year, okay? Like, the last 3-4 months of the year are always my chaotic, fucking hectic, just want to scream into a pillow and then catch it on fire kind of situation because I have so much going on. Every kid's birthday, the anniversary, the parties, school starts, you got sports, you got this, that, all this shit, and then you got the holidays. So it's like bills are higher and money's tighter, and it's just like, oh my fucking God, kill me now. That's what the last 4 months feels like to me. So once we cross into January, I'm like crawling out of that fucking pit and just kind of like looking around all leery, you know, not sure if it's a good time to stand up and walk normal just yet. Mid-January, I start to get up on my feet, you know, and then and take off, you know, pretty just, you know, deep breaths, everything else, one foot in front of the other. And then by the end of January, it's like, okay, well, now we're in coast mode. We're good. We made it through my husband's birthday. We made it through New Year's. You know, kids got off their break, so they're back to school, and everything is just like, it's just nice. There's no fucking chaos, really, okay? So, not saying that everything goes great all the time. There's still shit to worry and wonder about. Let's see, what do we have coming up? Because this is a hard thing, too. You want to live on coast mode as long as you fucking can, because before you know it, it hits a point in the year where you just start to gear back up for the fucking battle, and you just know it's going to be just a shit show. So let's see. We got through January. We got through my husband's birthday, everything else. So really now we get ready for February. So I've got some photo shoot opportunities coming up. That means a lot of driving, a lot of exhausting time on the road or whatever. But, you know, that is going towards a car for my daughter, who's going to be a licensed driver, which is going to add to my insurance bill. So a little bit of good, a little bit of bad, like sweet and salty situation. Okay, my 17-year-old's getting ready to graduate, and then I've got to worry about, you know, see, now I just missed it. That's several months from now. That's not even next month. See, that's how, why are we wired like that? Oh my God. Back it up. I'm trying to get my trains in line, in order and everything. Okay, so we passed husband's birthday. Now we're crossing into February. So yes, we've got the photo shoots coming up. Then we've got like corporate work stuff with my husband's job. So that's a little bit high on the stress level. But then we get to go on vacation, which, you know, kind of teeters between fun and stress. We'll see how it goes, you know, if the weather cooperates, if we get there on time, if there's traffic, if there's this, that. We got Valentine's Day, which just happens to be the day after Friday the 13th. Fabulous, you know, great. Then my kids start softball shit in February. Like, okay, so it does start to pile on, but they're pebbles compared to the end of the year, right? And then before we know it, yes, it'll be graduation, school will be over, and be ready to kick off summer. And all this fucking you know, good morning nipples down here in this ice basement. It'll be nice. And it'll be like, okay, well, let's record before it gets hot as fuck and it's like swamp ass season. Yeah, because it's Georgia and there is no happy medium. Yeah. So, hopefully your January was good, nice, smooth, easy, calm. If you made the resolution thing, or you decided that you were getting ready to start a project or do something you haven't done that you've wanted to do, hopefully you grabbed a hold of that idea by the balls and made it happen, are still making it happen, and are, as corny as it may sound, living your best life, because that's all you can do. I mean, be thankful for the days that you have while you have them, because no day is promised, or the next day is never promised. Remember that if there's anything you want in this lifetime, it's not very long, and so you might as well just do it. You know, the only thing holding you back is you. It is also good to have some affirmations in store for those really tough times. I know we talked about that. And actually, yeah, let's go through that. Let's go through that real quick. Let's go through. When we started, this is the 20th episode. Let me just say that again. I will not cheer and I will not say how proud I am of us, even though I am. Alright, episode 1, just do it. Episode 2, not my problem. Episode 3, that was our first Watch Wednesday, and that was Stranger Things, because it had just wrapped. Oh yeah, Stranger Things, wrapping up. Yeah. Or that's technically New Year's Eve, so that was whatever, you get it. Alright, so let's see. Episode 4, I still can't speak, everybody. Ogres are like onions. Episode 5, A Million Little Things. Number 6, Harder Life equals Greater Character. Number 7, Yo Mama. Episode 8, another Watch Wednesday, and that was old school things we used to watch, right? Like old school dark cartoon, yeah. Episode 9, Your House, Your Home. Episode 10, Let Them. My God, getting chills and we're only halfway through. Episode 11, Not Raising Assholes. That was a good one. Episode 12, Keep Your Sugar. Let's see. Number 13, Watch Wednesdays was shows we used to watch. Good time things. The golden age, if you will. Episode 14, Moms Think They Suck. That was tough, but needed to be said. Episode 15, So the Weather. That was before our giant ice storm, you know? Didn't happen. But anyway, episode 16, Because Gravity. Episode 17, Cry About It, Then Stop. Episode 18 was another Watch Wednesday with romantic trash for my hubby's birthday. And let's see. Episode 19 was the roommate stage, bringing us all the way here to episode 20 with the wrap up of January. January wrap up? So, yeah, January wrap up. So, I am so thankful that if you've been here for any of these episodes, I appreciate it. Whether you've listened to it, whether you've watched it, whether you've tuned in live while it's actually being done, however you hear these words, I hope that if you did hear any of them, you appreciate, any kind, like, if you could take away anything from any of it, I'm grateful. I'm thankful, because there is a lot that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put things out here because I feel like sometimes I can have these same conversations with several different people about the same kind of things. And so to have something that's actually storing these conversations, or my side of these conversations, some people take it as a little bit of refreshing. Other people can't stand my fucking voice, and I apologize for that. I'm with you, but I apologize for that. Deal with it, is what I'm saying. Deal with it. No, when I started this journey 4 weeks ago, I really didn't know if I was going to want to stick with it. And I'll tell you that I have not pushed anything as far as like advertising. I haven't told honestly, my husband doesn't even know that I've started this venture yet, because what I don't want to have happen is I don't want to build this up so that it's a bigger fall. Honestly, like, I expect nothing here. I just know that sometimes people talk to me about certain situations, and a lot of those situations are tough. A lot of the conversations are serious or sad or anything else. And if they keep coming to me, I can't help but think I'm helpful, or at least a different version of, a viewpoint that they want to hear or see. And if I can do that for the people that I know, then maybe I could be that person for people that I've never even met, who just happen to be going through the same kind of things and just need to have that little voice sometimes that tell them my viewpoint. I don't know. So I don't have anything expectation-wise coming out of this, because even though this is me sitting with a camera in a cold basement at the end of January, I feel like my words and my voice, as annoying as it may be, have reached at least a few ears that might not otherwise have heard it when they needed to. Does that make sense? Anyway, I'll take that as a good time to wrap it up, because it's cold as fuck down here and I can't feel my fingers anymore. So we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey, and this is only month 1 down the drain. So this is January 30th already. So last day is tomorrow. Make sure you tell Justin Timberlake happy birthday. And I guess the next time you see me, it'll be February. Insane. This wraps up episode 20. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.